EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game. And it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. A first carry for Rachaad White. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play fake, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. They juked him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. Complete at the 1. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach driving them? And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, L.A. 2-2 Atwell, 73 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Williams diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And this is where you can't help but think about our friend, the coach, the late John Madden, because this was his kind of football right here. Line them up and let them get after it down in the trenches. And as a running back, you just need that one crease, one sign of daylight. He finds it, and he barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, coach, just like you would draw it up.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw, Mayfield. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On third down, a run from White. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive to the right side and intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Before we came up to the booth, Last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They give it to Williams, running right. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Mayfield looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And again, it's Mayfield. That's caught down the field by Palmer. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Trey Palmer. 42 yards. And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. We'll get this up to about the 44. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Stafford going to throw it. Finding room at midfield. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. And this defense, they need...
It's a stadium so big, you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. This return gets to the 30 before he stopped. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah! Gun. 26.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Here we go. Right there. 26.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Escapes the pocket. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
The QBs today so adept at doing just this, buying themselves enough time and finding a target. The problem on this one, just not the throw he needed to make the completion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
54 wide.
Dak out of the pistol. He's on the move. Finds him on the crossing route. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Now a give left side. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Yeah! 26.
First down, here's Dak. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3. Chased out to his right. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The handoff on third and short. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Great opening drive continues. First and 10 at the 33.
Yeah! Here we 26.
Design bootleg here. Headed out right. That's Jonathan Mingo complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for our second quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone.
26.
Blitz coming, Dak. On the move, headed right. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that could create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Hurry!
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Once again, Irving. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They've got a man in motion. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Offense up to the line fast. Running on second with White. Broke through the tackle. He crosses the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Baker now off the play fake. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Man in motion here. Straight ahead, it's Irving. Will score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
And this is caught, and that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Dak now from the gun. He's got time here. That's Flanoy. He's got it. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey. Here's 2nd and 5. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
24-yard gain on the play.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's going to push one deep down the right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set up now for 1st and 10. Baker out of the pistol. That's a catch. Jalen McMillan. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Another try following the sack. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers tie it just before halftime. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take the lead on that successful kick. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flight. Turpin with a return. Big lift from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. It's a gain of 19 on the play. That's good for Cowboys, 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First and 10, Prescott. Forced out to his right. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
I love the mobility here. Starts great, escapes pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, kill! 47!
Back to throw it. A massive shot towards the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
On the give, this is Irving. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Able to hit Palmer, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Start.
Out of the gun, White. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Here's White again. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Offense in the hurry up here. 3rd and short, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's the give to Irving. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The give now to White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
They'll run this with Irving. And he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Turpin with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 26.
Dak off the play fake. He rolls to his right. Finds his back complete. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here we go. 46, 46. 26.
Here's 2nd and 2. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. So we're through 3 here. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing.
Cowboys 14.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Here we go. Here we go. 47. 26.
Prescott now, blitz coming. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 3. It's now 4th down and
less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Yeah, here we go. Under.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
26.
Back-to-back carries here. Jukes one defender, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's a dream come true right there as a play caller, Kate. You leave the offense out there on 4th and inches. You try to pound it forward just to move those chains. You get the best of both worlds. You move the chains for a lot more.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
26.
First down, here's Dak. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down in the last possible moments. He's at the 1. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys trail by 8. They need the end zone here. They've got 4 chances at it. This is 1st and goal.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Dowdle reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys cut it to just 2 late in the game. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now you'd imagine comes a try for 2.
You know, Kate, this might be just as tough as that touchdown. I know they work all week on their 2-point plays, but they're hard to execute. That being said, if they want to force overtime, this is a must.
All or nothing, they'll run it. And he isn't going to get it. He's not going to get it. They needed that too for the tie, but the defense makes a stand that may decide this game. Down inside 2 minutes now. They're going to line up to try the onside kick. And the Buccaneers managed to recover the football. Needed to try it. We all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. They've got to keep moving quick here. White on 1st and goal. Has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers go up by 8 at the end. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Here's Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide. 26.
From the 32. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over after the interception. This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're off from Tampa. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
King.
Going with Irving here. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Mayfield now from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10, it's a gift to White. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hurry.
Offense up to the line fast.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Chiefs' 33-yard line.
Again, this is White. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
King. What's that?
Baker now from the gun. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Finds a big lane. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Alert.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He's got it. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Let's go.
Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 8.
Point it right.
And 1.
Real. What's that?
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. This, our last play of the quarter.
Hey, alert. What's that?
They'll run here following the penalty. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll begin a new drive. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So they'll decline this and take the results. Fourth down. Drive on the line with this snap. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 48. Escapes the pocket. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
To the air, Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. You needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Chiefs in the hurry up, trying to get everyone to the line. 1st down from the red zone. This one's caught. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They'll send him over right. Again, Mahomes to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they will score! Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs tie it in the final minute of the half. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! White touch!
From the gun, Mayfield. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throw left side, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
The throw is caught. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Baker throwing again. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone.
And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take the lead just before halftime. Mike Evans with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2.
Real.
Mayfield to throw again. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Finds his man Gray. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Not quite far enough, and no good. It's off the crossbar and out. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
A second down run by Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be third down and 6.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On first down, they'll run. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
We're good.
Offense up to the line fast. Second and 6 now. Buying some time right. He's keeping it. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
From the gun, Piron. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
So all he needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted. Just stopping the quick pass. Became real easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. He's on the move. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Called down by Christian Izien. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Third and long for Mahomes. And he's got it. Had to lay up for it, but touchdown. The Chiefs take the lead right away in half number 2. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
The Chiefs offense stayed on the field. They're going to try for 2. Mahomes throwing for 2. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers will take possession at their own 35 after they track him down on the return. Reed now to kick this one away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Regular.
Baker now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. That pass complete to McMillan. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
He'll throw it. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are able to bring this back to the 35-yard line. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Working quickly here. From the 31. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Chiefs clinging to a 1-point lead. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. On the move, headed right. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He's back to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs grow their lead to 8. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's out of bounds, approaching the 25. Couple yards short at the 23. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Pistol. Hey, alert 33. What's that?
Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Point it right. Hurry.
They kick the running back in motion.
What's that?
He'll look to throw it. Right side, hauled in by Godwin. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. To find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. Well, it's a perfect play to break it big.
Setting up to pass. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
Cut by the open man. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Down to their last breaths. And he gives them a shot now to force overtime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Big moment coming up here for the Buccaneers. They're going for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Here he is to throw. And that catch gets them the 2. We're all tied up here in the 4th. They're not out of it yet. That conversion successfully tying this game and puts us, of course, on track for overtime.
So much momentum gain, long odds to get those 2-point conversions, but now you got to have discipline. We know, we've seen it in playoffs. With limited time left, you got to make sure you finish the deal and carry this momentum you've just gained into that extra frame.
First and 10 now from the 30. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here's 2nd and 7. Escapes out to the left. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Throwing now. He has the first over the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
That one is good. And when it mattered most, he got it. No miss this time. He wins this game. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.